So Dark Souls 1 is getting a remastered version. Now that's some music to my ears. On May 24th of this year, we'll be getting a remaster of Dark Souls 1 on PC, Xbox One, PS4, and even the Nintendo Switch. This is exciting news. Dark Souls 1 was my first entry into the Souls series, but I did not play it on release. I'm sure many of you are in that same boat, or maybe have never even played the game at all. Well, now's your chance to play it on release with everyone else in the community, and experience it in a much better technical state. Dark Souls 1 wasn't the first Souls game, Demon Souls was, but Dark Souls is really what started the franchise as we now know it. It's where I decided to see what all the hardest game ever Souls hype was about, and it's where I gave up and put the game down like 7 times because I couldn't beat the Taurus demon. But it's also where I refused to go hollow, eventually gave the Taurus the good old plunge attack, and promptly smashed and suffered my way through the rest of the game. It's where I got hooked on Souls and everything about it, from the lore, to the world building, to the difficulty, to the soundtracks, to the bosses, to the trash mobs I sprinted past and ignored oh so many times. But because I played the game so late in its life cycle, invading and other player interactions were sparse. I did manage to get some of the guidance of the soapstone messages, but that's nothing in comparison to playing through the game with the community. And this remaster is giving me, and all of you, the chance to either experience that for the first time, or relive some of those glorious days. A huge part of what makes Dark Souls so awesome is the community aspect. From intense invasions, to goofy co-op and cosplaying summons, to hilarious and misleading messages on the floor. Now that the community has grown so huge, with the whole franchise becoming so popular, an active playthrough of Dark Souls 1 that has everybody in it would be wondrous, and that's what we're gonna get. And that's with nothing said about the actual remastering of the game. We'll get to play through the remaster with a buttery 60 frames per second. On the newer versions of the PS4 and Xbox One, you'll get upscaled 4K resolution. And on PC, we'll be getting some glorious native 4K resolution and 2K textures on everything. I believe there are also going to be some lighting and SFX changes based on the tech from Dark Souls 3 too. Higher frames, upscaled textures, and tech improvements all around are going to make this experience a beautiful one, and hopefully it will serve to give Dark Souls 1 the chance to look decent no matter how far into the future we go. Because let's be honest, the PC port of the original game is not going to make anybody in 10 years say, wow, this game really holds up nicely. Now I gotta be honest with y'all, when I originally played through Blighttown, I never had the crazy lag or frame issues that plagued the other 100% of the community. But we should expect for all that Blighttown will be running at least decently in this version of the game, which is another welcome change. We really shouldn't have a single area that doesn't run well. Going back to the community side of things for a second, instead of the old 4-player co-op PvP, we're getting up to 6 players. And on top of that, every single platform is getting dedicated servers. The online experience just got bumped from awesome to more awesome. Invasions, co-op, summons will all get the chance to be as lively as they were on Dark Souls 3's release. Oh, and the password matchmaking of Dark Souls 3 should be in the remaster as well. Dark Souls 1 is the pinnacle of the franchise's world design, and it nailed the lore and world building. There are so many things to be said and have been said about this game, but unfortunately, I personally never really got a good opportunity to say any of them, as I played the game too late. But with this remaster, I'll be able to talk to my heart's content about lore, analysis, and whatever else seems important. So do expect a lot of Dark Souls 1 talk on my channel in the future. I'll try to keep things fresh and offer new perspectives. I know that you all don't want to hear a repeat of what someone's already said. And I really want to make a lot of lore videos, because the stories in Dark Souls 1 are some great ones, filled with mystery and emotion, which every Souls fan deserves to know. Now, a closing note before we get too hyped. We should be reminded that this remaster has not been affiliated with From Software at all. They aren't doing the remaster. There seems to be one team doing it for the Switch and another doing it for everyone else. This is a Bandai Namco thing, which was to be expected, as Miyazaki has said in the past that's what would happen with any potential remaster. This means that if the remaster teams get liberal with changes and fixes, especially concerning the content of the game, even if it has to do with some of the not so good stuff, parts of the game's direction could be compromised. However, from everything that has come out so far, which admittedly isn't much, it sounds like there will not be any changes to the combat/enemy side of things. This means that we should be getting Dark Souls with all of its level design and enemy successes, but also its flaws. This is a remaster, not a remake. But I think that's a very fair trade-off. I'll take the Bed of Chaos and Lost Izalith in return for keeping Dark Souls true to what it was intended to be. The remaster will also come with the Artorias of the Abyss DLC, and owners of the Prepare to Die edition on Steam will get the game at half off price. Or that was originally what was said. Bandai Namco has now come out and said that there won't be a discount, all games will be the same price, but they had an official image saying the Steam thing was half off, so I think the Steam thing could still be half off, but maybe there's a similar discount for everyone. I don't know. Maybe it's full price. That would be a little bit annoying. But Bandai Namco is a little confusing with their information, so we'll have to wait for the future to find out specifically what the prices are looking like. And another late update when writing this script, From Software has released a neat website page about the remaster that y'all should check out. I'll link it. There haven't been any screenshots or gameplay footage shown so far. All we have is the trailer and some sexy box art, which is currently occupying my desktop background. I'm sure that more information and trailers will release in the coming months, and I'll surely make videos when they do. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you all in Lordran.